Okay, today we're going to do a lab on Ohm's law. This is an important lab because it will show us how our three main electrical terms are related to each other. I originally planned on being able to do this lab with you in my room, showing you exactly how to use the different equipment. Unfortunately, when I got to school today, my room had already been sanitized and sealed off until we are able to come back. So we're going to have to do this lab virtually. If you can print out the PDF, that'll be great. If not, just use a piece of loose leaf paper to create a lab sheet similar to the one saved as your PDF. In part 1, we'll be looking at current and voltage. In part 2, we'll be looking at current and resistance. In terms of what this looks like in real life, we're going to have a battery, a light bulb, and some wires. The battery will be able to be changed to different voltages. The light bulb represents our substance with resistance. It could be a light bulb, it could be a resistor, it could be a speaker, it could be a motor, it could be anything that has resistance. These are our two independent variables. These are the things that we can change. Nature will determine how much current will flow through the light bulb from the battery. We want to see how each of the independent variables affects our dependent variable. In real life, we'd have meters that we could use to measure the current. I would like to show you how to use this meter after we get back. You already know how to use the meter for voltage and resistance. I eventually would like you to know how to use all the features of these meters. So again, in part 1, we're going to do current versus voltage. You will change the battery. Nature will change the current. Each of you will be assigned a certain value for your resistor. Just click on the stripes to set your resistor to that value. You then cycle through all of the different batteries and record, at least for 8, the battery letter, the voltage on the voltmeter, and the current flowing through the circuit. Use the arrows below the meters to make the meters more sensitive. So again, clicking on each stripe will change the color and therefore the resistance value. Clicking on the battery will change the battery that you're using. If you get a message to change the meter, you can do that. You can also change the meter anytime it's hard to read. Just don't have your meter get pinned to the right or to the left. Here are your resistance values that you should use. So pause the video, find your name, and see what resistance value you have been assigned. In the second part of the lab, you're going to do current versus resistance. So this time, you'll be changing your resistor from trial to trial. You'll set your battery at the beginning and leave it there for the rest of the part. Again, pause the video, find your name, and see what battery you were assigned. When you are done this lab, you're going to be sharing with me your graph constants, your graph types, and pictures of your lab report.